fundamental ideas of chemistry.
Atoms!
All substances are made from atoms. Atoms have a small nucleus, which contains protons and neutrons. Around the nucleus are shells that contain the electrons.
Atomic shells!
Atoms have 3 shells, or energy levels, around the nucleus. Electrons occupy specific shells. The first shell, closest to the nucleus, can accommodate up to 2 electrons. The second and third shells can accommodate up to 8 electrons each. Electrons always fill up the shells closest to the nucleus first.
Atomic electrical charge!
The number of protons is always equal to the number of electrons. Neutrons have no charge. Protons are positively charged and electrons are negatively charged. Therefore, atoms have no overall electrical charge. Atoms seek to achieve stable electronic structures.
Atomic number!
The atomic number is the number of protons in the atom of an element. The atoms for each element have their own distinct number of protons. For example, oxygen atoms always have 8 protons. Copper atoms always have 29 protons.
Mass number!
The mass number is the sum of the protons and neutrons in an atom.
Elements!
Elements are substances made up of only one type of atom. There are just over 100 elements. Each element has its own chemical symbol. For instance, iron is Fe.
The periodic table!
Elements are represented in the periodic table. Elements with similar properties are grouped together in the periodic table. Elements in a group have the same number of electrons in their outermost shell. This results in them having similar chemical properties. For example, the elements in group 0 are similar in that they are unreactive due to the stable arrangement of electrons.
Noble gases!
Noble gases, such as neon, appear in group 0 on the periodic table. All the noble gases have 8 electrons in their outer shell, except for helium, which only has 2. This arrangement of electrons makes the noble gases unreactive and stable, as they do not seek to fill up their outer shells. They have stable electronic structures.
Group 1 elements!
Group 1 contains the reactive alkali metals including lithium, sodium and potassium. When Group 1 elements react with nonmetals, they form ionic compounds. In such ionic compounds, the metal ion has just one positive charge. When Group 1 elements react with oxygen, they form oxides. When Group 1 elements react with water, they form hydroxides and hydrogen is given off.
Compounds!
Compounds are formed when elements react with each other. During these reactions, electrons from the atom's highest occupied shell are either taken, given, or shared, and a chemical bond is formed. Compounds made from metals and non-metals consist of ions, and compounds made from non-metals consist of molecules. The atoms in molecules are held together by covalent bonds.
Balancing equations!
Atoms are not lost or created during chemical reactions. Therefore, the mass of the product is the same as the mass of the original reactants. If you are given the mass of reactants in an equation, you know the mass of product will be the same value and vice versa. When writing word or symbol equations, ensure that they balance. There must be the same number of atoms of each element on both sides.